Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot. We are back with more WWE stuff. Today we're covering, I'm going to be talking a little bit, I don't know if it'll be enough for me to put it in the title of the video or not, about NXT Takeover. That's going to kind of be flashes in and outs. I've seen it, it was whatever, but I haven't paid enough attention to NXT to really know what's going on and get the full effect. So I'll mention NXT here and there when some stuff comes up. We're going to be talking about SummerSlam and the following Monday Night Raw that happened. Now, it's been a little bit since I've done WWE stuff. If I can't get on it within the next day or two of it being posted, I don't like doing it because by the time I get to it, the next SmackDown's already happened or another whole week of Raw, and it's old news at that point, bottom line. And the last couple of pay-per-views that have gone by, I have actually been with my family, a couple states, a state over, and I wasn't near my recording stuff to get to it until well after the event happened. That's why there was no stuff. But SummerSlam was a perfect pay-per-view to come back on. So let's go ahead and start off. I'm just going to go down the card line, kind of say yay, boo on every match, kind of give my thoughts and stuff. I'll talk about Raw the next night if it has anything to do with what's going on. And then, like I said, I'll mention NXT stuff. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first match of the night was Sheamus went ahead and beat Randy Orton. Orton hit his stellar RKO, but it was a cool RKO, which Orton is known for doing at this point. But Sheamus ended up picking up the W. Not a whole lot of news here. You could kind of tell, I don't know, at least in my head, to me, Sheamus was kind of destined to win that match. Now, I'm right on some of these things. I'm wrong on some of these things. But to me, Sheamus is destined to win that match because they're trying to make him look good with the Money in the Bank title because he can cash it in at any moment. People better look out. Sheamus is such a weird guy to have the Money in the Bank thing on. But they're gonna keep trying to make Sheamus look good with the Money in the Bank title. So expect him to just keep winning in future pay-per-views and try to make him look stronger, like he's been beating people that matter and stuff like that. And Orton is such a, I like seeing Orton. I like seeing his in-ring performance. I don't want him anywhere near the top of the card like he is now. I would honestly prefer if Orton was the guy to go for a U.S. title or an Intercontinental title or something like that. Maybe Orton can make the Intercontinental title worth something again, because right now, to me, he's a top-tier guy. He's a World Championship guy, but I don't want to say boring, because I still kind of like watching him in ring. I don't hate Orton, but I don't want him anywhere near the World Heavyweight Championship. So to me, he's kind of caught between Intercontinental title or U.S. title, Intercontinental title. He's caught between Intercontinental title and World Heavyweight Championship material right now with where he is. And what that means is, if he goes to the World Heavyweight Championship, for me, that kind of brings it down and makes the whole situation a little bit more boring than it could be. But if he goes for the Intercontinental title, that brings that up, and I think that's what needs to happen. I think he needs to bring the Intercontinental title up. So I would like to see Orton go do something like that. And then with Sheamus, he's pretty much just Sheamus, and he's going to keep winning matches until he does something with the Money in the Bank contract, whether he cashes it in and gets something. Maybe they'll throw a title on him, and then he'll have the threat of being double champion like Rollins is right now. But anyways, no, that's kind of my feelings on the whole Orton-Sheamus thing. I've never been too huge on Sheamus. He's been all right. I have been a big Orton fan in the past, but right now he's been hanging around a while. He's been hanging around a while, doing stuff, but not really doing anything, if that makes any sense. But no, let's go ahead and move on. So we had the New Day went ahead and defeated the Primetime Players, who were the former tag team champions, the Lucha Dragons and the Los Matadors. I'm going to go ahead and say it, ever since WrestleMania, these multi-tag team matches, well, not even ever since WrestleMania, they were doing this shit long before then. These multi-tag team matches, I hate. I do not like them. It's boring as shit. That's how the match, every lowdown for the multi-tag matches in the last 3 years. It's boring as shit, and then exciting stuff starts happening. All pandemonium breaks loose. Everybody gets away from their tag corners. We don't know who the legal man is anymore. Everybody jumps off the side and onto everyone. El Torito jumps off the side and onto everyone. This time something funny happened. Xavier Woods actually planted El Torito in the mat, which some would think is hilarious. Some people are like, what are you doing? I don't know. It was funny to see El Torito get smacked this time. I don't know. But Xavier Woods did it, and then Primetime Players, who were the champions, so I actually like as tag champions, ended up losing the titles. New Day went ahead and got them back, because New Day were the titles before. I like the Primetime Players ever since they came back, ever since Darren Young came back, and they've been full Primetime Players. I like that. Titus is still the huge guy that he is. Darren Young, I think. I like him as a wrestler. And I think they're good for the tag division overall. The real news in this situation isn't what happened on SummerSlam about the Primetime Players losing the tag team championship. The real situation is what happened the next night, when Monday Night Raw, where we have the Primetime Players came out to commentate and also watch the match that New Day had. I just watched it like a half hour ago. I don't even remember who they wrestled. It was the Lucha Dragons. They wrestled the Lucha Dragons, right? Put one over the Lucha Dragons. They beat the crap out of them, whatever. I think they probably used New Day tactics to cheat or whatever. They get the victory. Now, before I go on any further, I do want to say I didn't like New Day at first, but they are kind of warming up on me, all right? Because hear me out here. They are I knew it was a decent group of guys, but I didn't like the idea of New Day for the longest time. Now they're coming out with trombones and blaring that and whatnot. It's a little out there for me, but I will say that I like that they have 3 different elements to the whole thing. Xavier Woods has the crazy character and charisma that gets brought out. Kofi is Kofi. Kofi is a really, really good in-ring performer, and he would still be championship material to me right now if that whole thing with Orton didn't happen where he got thrown back to the middle bottom of the card because Orton talked smack on him in the back locker room, whatever. And then Big E is the big muscle powerhouse guy. I like that. They have the elements necessary to be an entertaining group, and they're starting to rub off on me. I'm starting to like them. But no, anyway, so they pick up their win on Raw to kind of show off, hey, we're the champions, we're still badass, whatever, while the primetime players watch. And then something nobody expected, the Dudley Boys came back, and I knew it was going to happen because Twitter spoiled it for me because I can't watch Raw till the next day. If I don't record it and watch it live on my TV, can't watch Raw till the next day, then I get the crappy 90-minute Hulu Plus version. So, yeah, Dudley Boys come out. It was nuts. They run train on the tag team on the whole New Day group. They run train, and then they do it all. And it was awesome because they gave them enough time to do it. Dudley Boys came out, did it all, smacked him with everything, did the was up, smacked him with the was up. Devon, get the tables. Devon got the freaking tables, 3D through the table. Then they rolled out of the ring, and they had a stare down with the primetime players, scream, do you know who we are? We're the Dudley Boys. That was the coolest shit in the world to see them come back. And they had been out of the WWE for over 10 years, and they're still the most decorated tag team in WWE right now, which is absolutely phenomenal. One thing that kind of rubbed off is they came out, and granted the New Day was coming off a match, so say what you will, but they came out, completely shat on New Day, and looked at the primetime players like their thing was the primetime players and the Dudleys are going to be the tag team to have a good match, but New Day is going to be there. So what I see in the future, probably next pay-per-view, probably a tag team matchup, triple tag team between Dudley's, New Day, and primetime. And I think that'll be okay. I know I just got done saying that I hate the triple tag team matches, and I think unless they make it well, I guess it'll be a no DQ, whatever. But I'm still tired of the multi-tag matches. But the Dudleys being what they are, New Day coming up, like I said, kind of rubbing off on me. Me actually liking the primetime players means that there is something coming back to the tag division finally. Like maybe the Dudleys can give it the revival that it needs. They are a huge deal in that department, but the tag division needs something because it's been really boring as shit for like the last couple of years. Ever since... Especially, I think one of the Usos got injured, and they haven't been around either. If the Usos came back anytime soon, that would really give a spark to the tag division. That could almost make the tag division worth something. Because I'm not going to lie to you guys, tag team matches are one of those things where right now I fast forward to what I think is probably the last 5 minutes or so of the tag match, watch it out from there, and then move on. Other than that, the tag matches just don't hold me very well anymore. But anyway, we're only 2 matches down. Let's move on. Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev ended in a double countout. It had that thing where... Lana and Summer Rae are still going at it. Lana beats the crap out of Summer Rae, and then Summer Rae might fight back, and then Lana beats the crap out of Summer Rae again. And that's been going on for a couple weeks, and that happened again the next night on Monday Night Raw, so whatever. But the whole Summer Rae, Lana, Rusev storyline thing I don't care for. I like getting to see Ziggler work, and Ziggler and Rusev I think are doing all right with each other. A lot of people really hated the double countout. I liked it. One thing I can say about SummerSlam is it was very, very unpredictable in a lot of regards. Now, a lot of stuff... you kind of see coming, whatever, like Sheamus, Orton, whatever. I mean, but there were a lot of things that were super unpredictable, and for today's day and age, that's kind of rare anymore, I feel like, at least recently. But I can't say all the big matches that like were semi-important to really important were super unpredictable, and I really like that about SummerSlam. How long has it been since a double countout has happened? Not to mention, Ziggler is the guy who typically would like lay down until the count of 9 and then run up and roll in the last second, and he couldn't make it back. A lot of people didn't like the double countout, no decision kind of stuff. But there's stuff like this that needs to happen every now and again to kind of remind everybody that, yeah, that can happen. You know what I mean? Like maybe somebody getting pinned on a roll-up or a move that's not a finisher. Because people forget, like every time they see a roll-up, every time they see someone go for a pin after a DDT or a suplex or whatever, they're like, whatever, they'll kick out, they always kick out. But you need to see that every now and again. Somebody get pinned by a roll-up. So that way you remember, hey, every roll-up that happens is scary because anybody can be pinned at any time with a roll-up like that. You know what I mean? It had been a while since we've seen people tap out. People are tapping out again, which is good because, hey, we need to remember at any time somebody can submit to a move. And then same thing with the double countout. There hasn't been a double countout in so long that wasn't like super telegraphed, easily predict like regular double countout. I mean, a double countout where it looked like Ziggler was going to get back in the ring, but he didn't. So I didn't mind that ending too much. Clearly, this feud isn't over, but I hope it is sometime soon because I am getting kind of bored of the whole Rusev Ziggler thing right now. But no, not a bad match. Kind of like the ending. Neville and Stephen Amell versus Stardust and King Barrett. So they built up this big thing between Stardust and Stephen Amell, and he finally acted on it. He had a good spear, and then now he spiraled, and he's a celebrity match. And for a celebrity match, it went off really well. Amell's an athletic guy. His selling was here and there, so like he would get kicked in the stomach, and then like I don't know, it looked funny. But bottom line, I think Amell did a good job. I really like Amell. I haven't seen season 3 of Arrow yet, but I'm trying to watch that. But no, really liked Amell. Match was kind of short, but to be expected. Amell was in the ring a lot more than I thought he would be, which was good, I think. And then Neville got to come in and on the hot tag and play hero, and I think it all worked out. It all worked out really well in the end. No, not a bad match at all. Other than that, I think they just kind of grabbed Wade Barrett to throw in this because like they don't want Stephen Amell to go one-on-one with Stardust and beat him because then that makes the WWE locker room look bad. Oh, well, any celebrity who's a little bit buff can come in here and beat WWE superstars, and that doesn't look good at all. So I think they brought in Neville, and then they needed to give Barrett a tag partner, obviously, and I think that's kind of how that worked. But no, all right match overall. I like Stephen Amell. I hope he does more stuff with WWE in the future. Yeah, move on from there. Ryback defeated The Big Show and The Miz to retain the Intercontinental title. This match was actually not too shabby. They played it really well. I think The Miz had a lot to do with it. I don't particularly care for anybody on this. I used to be a big Ryback fan, but that hype has since kind of died a little bit for me, especially since they stopped making Ryback a big deal. Ryback has since stopped really being a big deal to me. But I think The Miz helped make this match really good. And at first I was like, what the hell are they doing? Because like Miz came out and fucked with Big Show, and then one of them had an Intercontinental title match, so they just became an Intercontinental title 3-way, whatever. But their whole, they did the whole pin, 1-2 kick out, and then they would roll over and pin the other guy, and Big Show would double choke slam or something, and then they would pin 1-2 kick out, or somebody would hit like a double finisher. It was nuts. It was nuts. It's one of those things we have to actually go back and rewatch it. But they kept the excitement going. They kept the turns going, and it was actually where I expected very little. The match came out pretty damn well. Not a whole lot to say about other than that, other than if you happen to skip over this one or you watch SummerSlam but you skim through it, go back and rewatch that one, because especially the last 10-ish minutes or so of that one are really, really something else. Which, like I said, for a match with low expectations, it did definitely meet and surpass those expectations. All right, moving on. Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose beat Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. Hold on. You guys know I'm a huge Roman Reigns fan. I'm going to talk more about it later. I'm actually going to talk a lot more about it later. But yeah, pretty much ever since Roman Reigns lost to Bray Wyatt because of Luke Harper last week, which I still don't think should have happened, but whatever. Not last week, last month at the last pay-per-view, Roman Reigns lost to Bray Wyatt because Luke Harper interfered and like super kicked him and stuff like that. And it was whatever. Ambrose came out to help him, which is cool because I do like seeing Roman and Ambrose feed off each other. I like both Roman and Ambrose quite a lot, and to see them together, they do good stuff. Ambrose is like the funny, psychotic dude, and then Reigns is the muscle and stuff like that. Still don't understand why people are booing Reigns, but like I said, I'll talk more about how I feel on Roman Reigns' situation later, because what happened on Monday night was definitely more exciting than what happened at SummerSlam, even though I love watching Reigns work and do his stuff. But I also hated what happened on Monday night. And like I said, I'll talk about that later. I kind of want to save that one for its own little slot. Anyways, moving on. Seth Rollins in the World Heavyweight Championship match defeated John Cena, the United States champion, to retain the World Heavyweight title and win the United States title all in one go. The whole match, especially coming out of a Cena match, I know people love to boo Cena, and I dislike Cena being anywhere near the world title. I thought what he had going with the U.S. title was a good deal. And then they throw him right back in the World Championship mix, and I hated it. But and I still don't like that he's anywhere near it, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, no, Cena in the U.S. title, I liked where he was. Sorry, I'm getting my words tied right now. Give me a second to think. Cena and Rollins in the championship match themselves. I like that match. You can go back and rewatch that match. It's really good. Seth Rollins does this awesome thing where he'll superplex, and I think he's only done it with Cena so far. He'll superplex Cena, roll through, pick him up again without ever letting go, and then hit him with a Falcon's Arrow. And I think that looks sick. The only thing I don't like about it is Cena kicks at it too, but Cena kicks at it too with everything. They had a really good match. Best part of the whole match, possibly best part of the whole damn night. Like straight up, in a really good SummerSlam, best part of the whole damn night. What did Seth do? He landed a crossbody. He jumped onto Cena. He did something to Cena. Just imagine a crossbody. It's been a day or two since I've seen it, but imagine a crossbody where Cena catches Rollins. I don't know if he went to go kick out and let go. Rollins did something big to Cena, bottom line. and Cena rolled through, right? He's got him as if he just caught him from a crossbody. But Cena was on the ground, rolled through, picks Rollins up, throws him on his shoulders for the AA. I want to say Rollins wiggled his way out of that one. He either wiggled his way out or he kicked at it too. I think he kicked at it too, bottom line. But then Rollins gets Cena in the same spot. Rollins rolls through with Cena, picks Cena up in the same spot, throws Cena up onto his shoulders. And you don't expect Rollins to be the strong guy, right? If you saw SummerSlam, you know the moment I'm talking about. And Rollins throws an AA down on Cena. Not sure Cena kicks at it too. He always kicks at it too. It's fucking Cena, whatever. You may not like it, but that's just Cena. He just is going to kick at it too. But it was so cool to see that. And I'm glad they did Cena first, because if they would have done it the other way, it would have been unimpressive. Cena is the strong guy. Yeah, no shit, he can do that. But for Cena to do the whole roll through, take Rollins, throw him up onto his shoulders, AA, and then to have Rollins do it right after that, roll through, throw Cena. Cena is a big dude. Throw Cena up onto Rollins' shoulders. Rollins drops the AA on Cena. I fucking love that. I love that. I thought it was awesome. And I think that was personally the best moment of the night. So we move on to the end of the match, and like I said, just go rewatch the match because the whole thing was actually pretty damn solid. We move on to the end of the match. Cena picks Rollins up for another AA after catching him out. Rollins tries to grab onto the rope. Cena pulls him off the ropes. In doing so, Rollins' feet hit the official. He hits the referee. Referee goes down. Cena hits the AA. Rollins is down for well over a 3 count, but there's no referee to count it. Where am I going with this? Rollins gets up. Cena gets up. Rollins delivers another knee to the nose, which I loved. He went back to the knee to the nose, which is awesome. And you could tell Cena shied away from it. Cena really wasn't trying to take that hit to the nose. But Rollins delivers a huge knee to Cena's nose. Cena spins out. I want to say Cena hit something with Rollins, with something else to Rollins. Rollins fell over, something like that. Bottom line, both men are down. Jon Stewart comes out with a chair. We know Jon Stewart hates Seth Rollins. Jon Stewart takes the chair, hits Cena in the stomach with it, plants the chair on the ground. Rollins walks up, pedigrees Cena on the chair, throws the chair out of the ring, pins Cena. Official wakes back up. 1, 2, 3. Rollins wins both titles, and I love that. Absolute worst case scenario. I also think the least likely thing that they were going to do. But absolute worst case scenario was Cena walks out with a world title and a U.S. championship, and that would have fucking sucked. That would have sucked so bad. Personally, what I thought was going to happen, I was telling somebody beforehand, I was like, either Rollins wins this, or it ends in one of those stupid disqualifications, no contest things, where nobody's a real winner, or somebody's a winner, but titles don't change and things like that. And that's honestly what I expected. I didn't think they were going to take the U.S. title from Cena. I really hope they weren't going to take the world title from Rollins, because I just don't want to see it back on Cena. But yeah, that's what happened. Having another possibility that I was a little bit concerned with, maybe having Cena win the title, but then having Sheamus come out, cash in the Money in the Bank, take the title off Cena, have a double title change in one night would have been cool too. But I just did not want Cena walking around with the World Heavyweight title again, because that way Cena would have got to keep the U.S. title too, you know? But no, good match. I like the ending. Once again, unpredictable. Once Stewart kind of came out with the chair, you could tell he wasn't waiting on Rollins. He was waiting on Cena. That part wasn't too unpredictable, but the fucking Jon Stewart heel turn, like, come on. The Jon Stewart heel turn was nuts. I like that. That's something that, again, unpredictable SummerSlam, something I can enjoy. The following Monday night on Raw, Cena would deliver an AA to Jon Stewart. Yeah, that's a good one to show the kids. Have Jon Stewart come out and pick on a skinny old man who you outweigh by 100 pounds, throw an AA down on him. After Jon Stewart had repeatedly said he was sorry. That's a good one. We want to teach the children this when you're doing all your make-a-wishes, John Cena. No, he's a good guy, but like, why the hell would they have him AA Jon Stewart? Some people were like there were like 4 adults who liked John Cena just because their kids like John Cena, who were like, yeah, he AA'd the old man, and then like, I don't know where they were going with that one. Anyways, they escort John Cena out of the arena, and then they give Seth Rollins his own statue, and when they go to reveal it in the middle of the ring, they talk about it for 45 fucking minutes, and then they go to do the statue reveal. Sting underneath there. I knew, like everybody knew, there wasn't going to be a statue under that fucking thing. If they would have dropped the curtain after giving us 30 minutes of bullshit of them talking about how great Seth Rollins is and how they don't like John Cena and stuff, this is on the following Monday Night Raw. 2 nights ago now, by the time you guys see this. But yeah, if they would have strung us out for like 15, 20, 30 minutes talking about how great Rollins is, and then they would have dropped it, and it just would have been a fucking statue, that would have been the biggest letdown in 2015. But they delivered, and I was thinking the whole time, I was like, who the fuck is under there? Is it going to be Cena? Did he work his way in there? That would be kind of lame. Is it going to be a statue of Cena? I don't want a statue of Cena, but that would be funny. Funnier than a fucking Rollins statue. I can't think of anybody who's been gone for a while who would come back to this, unless it was maybe, somebody ran through my mind. I don't remember now. Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan maybe could pop out under there. The fucking I'm not the hugest Daniel Bryan fan, but the fucking arena would have had its top blown off if Daniel Bryan came back. That would have been nuts. But no, Daniel Bryan was really the only thing I was hinting on that would have been actually cool to see come back. And then Sting, I did not fucking we all thought Sting was done for the most part. And now we're at this situation where Sting and Taker exist in the same world, but they're being kept as far away from each other as possible. I don't know what the deal is on that. I might talk more about it later. But yeah, that was the whole John Cena, Seth Rollins thing. Sting beats the shit out of Rollins and then throws him out of the ring. That's the end of that. Sting just beat the shit out of Rollins and threw him out of the ring. All right, so now we're moving on down the line. World Heavyweight Champion and the United States Championship match had 2 matches behind it. I want to point that out. The next match, the match that followed the WWE World Heavyweight United States Championship match after that, fucking divas, go figure. No, but it was the triple 6-man, 3-man, the triple 3-man tag, 3-woman tag match. Team PCB, Paige, Charlotte, Becky Lynch versus Team Bella, Nikki and Brie Bella, and Alicia Fox, who is also a part of Team Bella. And then Team BAD, which stands for Beautiful and Dangerous, and that's Sasha Banks, Naomi, and Tamia. I think I'm saying her name correctly. Not going to lie. Kind of nodded off a little bit during this one. I'm a huge fan of the whole Divas Resolution. I'm a huge fan of the whole Divas Revolution, bringing in a bunch of divas to do this. I don't know why they were... Maybe they were a cool-off match between the World Heavyweight title and then Taker, Lesnar, whatever. I don't know why they were on the card where they were, but I'm a huge fan of the Divas Revolution, but the Divas are still boring for some reason. For some reason, Sasha Banks on NXT against an NXT Takeover, Sasha Banks on NXT Takeover versus fucking Bayley was way more exciting than this whole triple diva tag thing. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Bellas, maybe it's Paige, even though I really like Paige. Something about the Divas division in WWE just puts me to sleep. I don't know. But anyway, no. Team PCB won, proving that, yay, the Revolution's on. We beat the Bellas. I want them to drop. I don't know if Nikki has the record yet, but I really hope she doesn't get it. But I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing. I think they're stretching it out, even though nobody's excited with the Bellas anymore. Pretty sure they're stretching it out so that way, since AJ retired, they're going to try to have Nikki beat AJ's Divas Championship record as soon as possible, if she hasn't already. I don't know if they haven't, but mark my words, she'll pass it, and then she'll lose the title. She'll pass it by, a fucking day or some shit, and then she'll lose the title. Because that's it. That's all they're going. I think they're trying to erase AJ out of the record books because they don't like AJ and Punk. And I think that's why we have to keep down. Brie doesn't even wrestle that much. It's mainly she's just, there to cheer Nikki on and then tag with her and fuck shit up. I don't know. And then, it's divas. It's divas. Hopefully there's actually a revolution and talent comes in, though. Because they're also sitting with Lana and Summer Rae. I know Summer Rae's never been a big deal, but Lana's sitting on that diva turn anytime now. We'll see how that goes. Anyways, match before the main event. Pre-main event was Kevin Owens versus Cesaro. These might be out of order. These very well might be out of order. Maybe not. I've got the fucking map. I don't think they're out of order, actually. So Kevin Owens and Cesaro actually put on a really good match. I'm not going to lie. I think I was out of the room for a part of this one. I didn't get to see the whole thing, but pretty much social media widely accepted Kevin Owens and Cesaro as a really good match. Kevin Owens won this one, and Kevin Owens needed to win this one. They brought him in, and I don't know what it is. Somebody in Twitch chat was telling, because I talk about this during my Twitch live stream sometimes. Somebody in Twitch chat was telling me that somebody might have gotten to Vince's ear and said Kevin Owens doesn't have the look, and that's what happened to him. But Kevin Owens comes in, beats Cena on his first fucking go. He is hot shit. He just destroyed Cena in their first match. It was awesome. Kevin Owens won. The crowd loved it, fucking freaking out. It was amazing. I just punched my microphone. And then what happens? Well, then he loses to Cena. Because fucking Cena never gives up. Then they have a best 2 out of 3. And if Kevin Owens could win this one, he's still not looking that bad. Really, he's still not looking that bad. You win one with Cena, you lose one with Cena, then you beat Cena. Because here's the thing. If Cena loses, whether he loses the United States title or not, if Cena loses, he's still John Cena. I was telling this to, I was having this conversation in Twitch chat the other night. John Cena could lose in the next 10 straight pay-per-views. And the 10th guy to beat him in a row, it would still be a big deal. Whoever beat him, whoever was the fucking 10th dude to beat him all the way down the line, it would still be a big deal because you beat John Cena. At this point, after his career, title or no title, wherever he is on the card, wins, losses, whatever, beating John Cena is going to be a big deal because it's John Cena. So John Cena winning this doesn't give John Cena anything. He's not going to sell more t-shirts. He's not going to look better. John Cena winning this doesn't give John Cena anything. If you let Kevin Owens beat Cena twice or take 2 out of 3 on Cena, Kevin Owens looks scary coming into WWE, and then you have an actual competitor who looks like someone who can compete with the top dogs in the WWE just by letting him beat Cena in 2 out of 3 pay-per-views. John Cena doesn't lose anything. Kevin Owens looks awesome. That's what happens. But instead, oh no, he's John Cena. He never gives up. Children twist nipples. They let fucking Owens take the L. Owens loses the next 2. So now Owens has lost 2 straight matches to John Cena. And they're still like, you know what? We're still bringing him up from NXT to Raw. So he's got to lose his NXT championship. And then he's got to have a rematch where he loses the rematch too, because you can't be NXT champion when you're on Raw 90% of the time. So Kevin Owens coming off like 4 huge losses going into SummerSlam. He needed to beat Cesaro. He needed to beat anybody. He needed to beat anybody to still be considered worth a shit at all. Otherwise, he's going to become the next Jack Swagger. Excuse me. So no, people still love Cesaro. People still love Owens. It would be cool to see them in an intercontinental U.S. title mix, because I don't think the U.S. title is going to stay on Seth Rollins for long. Unless somebody else takes the world title off Rollins, and then Rollins stays the U.S. champion, and he does that for a while, I don't think the U.S. title is going to be on Rollins for long, but I really don't know. It's hard to say. But just plug in the Intercontinental title for now. I think Owens and Cesaro would make good Intercontinental competitors currently. But we'll have to see where that goes. Anyways, no, match was actually pretty good. It was just weird that it happened right before the main event. So here we go, main event, big controversy, big doohickey, blah, 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 whatever. Brock versus The Undertaker. Am I out of water? Fuck, I'm out of water. Okay. This match, and then Cena and fucking Rollins match, but this match in particular, when this match was going on, it really, really, I had a sense of feeling of why I like wrestling, like as a whole, after overall, everything that was happening. Brock Lesnar, The Undertaker, yeah, Undertaker's old, but he's the fucking Undertaker. Brock Lesnar is this huge beast ever since he beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania a year and a half ago, 2 WrestleManias ago, if you will. He's been huge. He went to last year's SummerSlam, beat the shit out of John Cena. John Cena had no chance. Got the World Heavyweight Championship, got screwed out of it at last year's WrestleMania, but whatever. He threw Seth Rollins around like it was nobody's business. Yeah, the whole thing was just absolutely nuts. And granted, that's the match where Undertaker interfered, so he couldn't win the title back because Undertaker interfered. But he had Rollins beat like so easy. It was a fucking cave. I don't know. He was beating the shit out of Rollins. But no, Brock Lesnar is this scary dude nobody wants to be anywhere near the ring with. And the only guy who looks like he can take him out right now is The Undertaker. And they come back for their epic rematch. Now, Paul Heyman made it a point before this match that both times Undertaker showed up, he did beat up Brock Lesnar. He would drop choke slams. He would drop tombstones on Brock Lesnar. But he started it with a low blow. Undertaker showed up one week, or when he stopped Lesnar from winning the World Heavyweight title, he low blowed him. He kicked him in the groin, kicked him square in the balls. Lesnar dropped, choke slam, tombstone. Undertaker wins looking like a badass who beat Brock Lesnar. The week before on Monday Night Raw, Taker comes out, the fucking gong hits, Taker shows up, kicks Lesnar in the balls, a low blow, choke slam, tombstone, Undertaker leaves again. Looking like a badass, but again, he's gone to the low blow. There was one week when Brock and Undertaker just exchanged, went mano-a-mano, and that was the week they kept getting broken up by security guards, but there didn't look like a clear victor there. But Paul Heyman made it a note. The Undertaker needed the low blow because he's afraid of Brock Lesnar. So this match starts, and I honestly loved how this match started. Taker got in the ring, trench coat and all, after his badass entrance. Brock rushes him, knees him. Brock starts getting some hits in. Taker turns it around, starts throwing some getting good punches in, throws a big boot. I'm just going to say this. If you go back and rewatch that, if you have the network or whatever, you recorded it, Taker looked badass. I'm glad they did the beginning the way they did, mostly because Taker didn't have time to take off his trench coat. And Taker fighting in the trench coat just looked cool as shit to me. I don't know why. He's throwing punches. When he throws the big boot, his coat fucking flails in the wind. Looked badass. For a little bit before he takes off all his stuff, it looked less like he was the old man Undertaker that he is now. Still a good Undertaker, but the older man Undertaker. And he reminded me more of the dead man with the trench coat on and the hat on for the brief time that it was. I don't know what about it, but I loved Taker fighting in the trench coat early on. I thought that was awesome. So yeah, then they start their bout. They're going back and forth, really back and forth match between two people who were the biggest in the WWE, right? The absolute nobody else in the entire locker room stands a chance against these two guys. That's what makes this match so special. That's what was reminding me of why I liked wrestling so much, is because there's nobody in the locker room outside of those two guys who could fight with each other. I mean, we've proven it. Like Lesnar would steamroll John Cena, Taker would steamroll Bray Wyatt, or fucking anybody back there. Besides maybe Sting now, but that's beside the point. And yeah, just two huge guys, and they're going back and forth, really evenly matched, all this stuff. Referee was super lenient to the point to where why don't they just make this a no disqualification match or a no countout match or something? Because the first thing that happened, well, not the first thing, but one thing that happened that stuck out in my mind, they go outside the ring, okay? They're beating each other up outside the ring for a decent amount of time. After beating each other up outside the ring, they undo the table. I think it was Brock. Takes the tabletop off, throws the tabletop at Undertaker, if I'm remembering correctly. Which, since it was a throw, I don't think it's disqualified. I don't know. Throws the monitors down. Brock picks up Undertaker. F5's Undertaker. After beating each other up outside for a decent amount of time, I have to keep stating this, taking the entire table apart to where it's just bare on top. Brock picks up Undertaker. F5's Undertaker through the table. Rolls around a little bit. Gets up, Brock Lesnar gets back into the ring after all this shit, after a good amount of time, and then the referee starts counting. It's for a fucking count out. The referee should have been at 8 when Undertaker went through the table, right? But and they're trying to be lenient so that way everybody can get the whole match, but whatever. But at that point, when you know you're doing that shit, just make it a no DQ. Somebody breaks out a chair, hits somebody with a chair a couple times, whatever. But just make it a no DQ at that point, because there's really... The referee should have been on count fucking 20 by the time Brock got back into the ring. Bottom line. Anyway, so he starts the count. Taker barely makes it back into the ring because the referee's slow counting after waiting 30 fucking minutes to start the actual count. Taker makes it back in the ring. Another thing that happens, they go into the corner, and Brock puts the Kimura lock in on Undertaker in the corner. First thing that happens, Brock puts the Kimura lock. This is what's supposed to happen. The referee goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Brock, break it up. If Brock doesn't break it up, referee counts 5. Brock's DQ'd. Match is over. That's not what happened. Brock puts the Kimura lock in, and the referee's like, no, Brock, stop it. Brock, you can't be in the ropes. Brock, you're hurting him. Brock, get him out of the corner. Come on, Brock, you can't have him locked in the corner. Come on, Brock, let's go. Come on, Brock, 1, 2. Brock, come on, get him out of the corner. You can't have him in the Kimura lock, Brock. You're breaking his arm. Brock, stop breaking his arm. Brock, get him out of the corner. Come on, Brock. 3, 4. Come on, Brock. Gotta break it up now, Brock. Get him out of the corner. I'm gonna disqualify you, Brock. Come on in. And then they finally get him out of the fucking corner. He shouldn't have. Kimura lock's fine. Put him in the Kimura lock when they're standing up, maybe. Taker walks back into the corner. Lesnar leaves the fucking Kimura lock on, really wrenches it in for a referee 1, 2, 3, 4 count, and then Brock breaks it up. You still almost get the same effect, but the referee doesn't have to look like a fucking moron for not just making it a no DQ match to start with. Whatever. No, they go back and forth. There's tombstones, there's F5s, there's kickouts, there's a bunch of cool shit. Taker tombstones Brock Lesnar. Lesnar kicks out. Is that what happened? Or did Lesnar F5? No. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Taker does the tombstone, but then Taker rolls over, and he's laying there because Lesnar's kicked out. They've gone through a big old heartfelt match. Taker's tired as fuck. And then Lesnar sits up, and he starts laughing, and Undertaker sits up, and Lesnar doesn't stop laughing. He's still laughing at Undertaker, like, haha, this is your tombstone. I'm up laughing at it, whatever. And Taker starts, like, laughing back at it, but like, yeah, keep laughing, you smart ass. But he did it like that, ha, 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 like he was, like, fake laughing at him. It was funny. I don't know. It was funny, but badass at the same time. It was weird. So that was like a highlight moment. And then they started exchanging rights and lefts till one of them got the upper hand. I think that was near the end of the match, though. When Taker rolled back in from the F5 through the table, he gets in the ring, and Lesnar keeps telling him, like, you son of a bitch, stay down. He's like, I'll kill you. And he yells it at him again. He's like, I'll kill you. And then he grabs Taker by the throat, and he starts picking him up. And then Undertaker looks right at him. He's like, you're going to have to. And then he grabs his neck, and I'm pretty sure he threw down a bitchin' choke slam after that. So, no, the whole match was fucking awesome. And then the ending, obviously, is the controversial part that a lot of people hated, but I'll get to that after I explain it. The fucking ending was great. I liked it. So, Brock finds the Kimura lock again, puts the Kimura lock in on Undertaker, and he lays down flat with it, and he wrenches it in. Undertaker cannot go anywhere if he doesn't pick Brock up, and Brock is a huge man to pick up from that angle, especially with that much strain on your arm. There's nothing he can do right now. There's absolutely nothing he can do right now. So Taker rolls Brock up to where he kicks his feet forward. He rolls Brock up to where Brock's high on his shoulders. The referee goes to check to see if Brock's shoulders are down. They are. The referee counts 1. Then the referee checks again to make sure his shoulders are down, because Brock moved to get his shoulders off. Get his shoulders up so he wasn't being pinned anymore. During that time, the timekeeper rang the bell. The referee goes, what the fuck? Referee walks over to the side. Paul Heyman's freaking out, yelling, he tapped out, Undertaker tapped out. You didn't see it, Undertaker tapped out. Referee goes over to the timekeeper, says, hey, I didn't tell you to ring the bell. I tell you when to ring the bell. The match is still going on. Heyman's still yelling, Undertaker tapped out. Lesnar gets up to look over to see what's going on. Referee's back is turned. Undertaker throws a low blow. Lesnar turns around. Undertaker slaps on Hell's Gate, which is that triangle choke from UFC or whatever, and Lesnar can't get out of it. He's fucking balls still probably hurt because that's the third time Taker's got him in the nuts. And then Lesnar flips off Taker, one finger right in front of Taker because Lesnar can't get out of the move, and then Lesnar passes out. Match is over. Undertaker takes the victory, collapses on his way back. Makes you wonder. I mean, it's awesome seeing those matches, but how much longer can Taker go? Like, if he's collapsing on his way back to the ring, that means if that match would have gone on another minute or two, you know what I mean? Well, probably 5 minutes or so, Taker would have collapsed in the middle of the ring. Then what happens? Then what do you do? What do you do at that point? Lesnar picks him up, F5s him, that's the match? Like, what happens? He's getting old. He can't keep doing this forever, obviously, as he collapsed again on his way back. That was all over social media. You can find videos of it. But no, so the ending was controversial because Undertaker actually tapped out, but the referee was on the other side trying to make sure if his shoulder was up or down or not. But no, I like the ending. Once again, SummerSlam, unpredictable. Did you predict that there was like maybe a DQ ending or some outside interference or somebody cheating, whatever? But for Taker to tap out and the referee not see it and then Taker to low blow, that was unpredictable. What I predicted is I thought Lesnar had to win this match because Taker has shown up, and granted he's gone to the groin twice, and the low blow is kind of a bad guy thing to do. Taker's gone to the low blow twice, but he's got the best of Lesnar every time that they've fought, pretty much. Taker would tombstone Lesnar, and that would be it. So Taker looks so good going into it, I would only assume to keep Brock Lesnar scary and awesome, Lesnar would have to win that. But that's a whole nother way to go about it, is to have a controversial ending where Lesnar loses, but Lesnar should have won. And that is amazing. And I was so looking forward to Raw to see Heyman tear it up, and of course he did. So yeah, I thought for sure Brock was going to have to win that one, but they found a way to fix that. So this sets us up for a pay-per-view in the future between Brock and Taker, except on Monday Night Raw, Heyman comes out, he does his big spiel, go watch Monday Night Raw, Paul Heyman's amazing, gets the whole crowd hype as fuck and says, we're going to take on Undertaker right now tonight for the rematch, because that last night was bullshit and everybody knows it. And instead of Undertaker coming out, Undertaker didn't answer anything. Bo Dallas came out, Brock Lesnar gave him 3 German suplexes, and then they went to go leave, and Paul Heyman's like, no, he gave him 4. He gave him 4 German suplexes. And they were walking up the arena. Brock Lesnar was leaving, pissed off still. And Heyman's like, wait, hold on. Only 4? You got to give him at least 5. So Lesnar's like, whatever. He rolls back in the ring, gives Bo Dallas a 5th German suplex. He came out with that Bo leave shit. He deserved this. Gives him a 5th German suplex, right? They go to leave again. They're walking up. His music hits. They're leaving. And then Paul Heyman's like, wait. For me, 1 F5. Lesnar's like, okay, he laughs. He rolls back in the ring, picks up Bo Dallas, F5s him, and then they leave. But Undertaker never came out. Undertaker never said anything. So when is this going to get resolved? Is Lesnar going to go away now for a while? Is Undertaker, are we not going to hear from him until Mania? Like, what's the deal with that? Where does this go in the future? I would prefer if Lesnar didn't leave and hung around and fought somebody else till Taker made up his mind, or maybe Taker will come back at Lesnar next week. But you know the Taker-Lesnar match wasn't going to happen when Undertaker just collapsed the night before. Like, you knew nothing was going to happen in that regard. So that's it'll be interesting to see how Taker's health is. Maybe they're biding time now to wait and see if they can if they need to put Brock with somebody else, if Brock needs to take a break, or if Taker's going to be good to go here for the next pay-per-view or two. We're gonna have to find out. We're going to have to find out in the future. And I think that is everything in that regard I wanted to cover. So I saved this last little bit. If you guys only care about like my review and stuff like that of Raw and SummerSlam, I didn't talk about TakeOver much. Let me. The one thing about TakeOver, I did mention Kevin Owens having to lose his title. I didn't know who Finn Balor was. I followed him on Twitter, but I don't watch enough NXT to know. Shoutouts to fucking the Vaudevillains for winning the tag match. That match was actually really good. Vaudevillains winning the tag titles, NXT tag titles. I'm happy for them. That was good stuff. And then Owens versus Finn Balor rematch. I will straight up tell you, I had no idea who Finn Balor was. Obviously, I know who Kevin Owens is. No idea who Finn Balor was. They had their ladder match. Finn Balor's entrance fucking captivated me. I wanted to be a Finn Balor fan so bad after that entrance. It was fucking, he came out and like, we saw the interviews where he's just this normal fucking like foreign dude with the accent and shit. And he's talking and he's like, oh, pipety ho, mate, or what the fuck ever about his title, NXT championship in Japan and stuff. And then when he comes out, he's got this full body demon paint because he keeps referencing this demon thing in all those pre-match interviews and stuff like that. He's got this full demon paint. We haven't seen good full body paint like that in a while that actually like represented. Like I know Hardy used to paint himself up, but it like actually represented himself and stuff. I don't know. It was cool. The entrance was awesome. The music was fucking. It was like hardcore rock, but it was also the symphony. It was amazing. I fucking loved it. Fucking loved the entrance. I'm like, okay, who is this guy? I actually rewound the fucking network to rewatch some of the pre-interviews and stuff like that they did. And I was there. I was ready. I was like, okay, make me a Finn Balor fan. And then the actual match was kind of, it was Owens having a match and Finn Balor was there to fight back, if that makes any sense. Like, Finn Balor didn't, I think there was like 1 or 2 moves he hit, but he didn't do anything cool. He didn't do anything to make me like him. He was fighting, Owens was whipping his ass, and he would fight back every now and again. That's what it felt like. That's what the whole match felt like. And then his move is like he does this big foot stomp for his finisher from the top rope. They had this big fight on top of the ladder. Finn knocks Owens back. Owens lands on top of another ladder. And I thought maybe Finn was supposed to jump onto Owens on the ladder, but that's not what happened because Owens like fell off the ladder. I don't know if he was supposed to or not. But then Finn was just too far away to reach the title, so instead he did his finisher onto Owens. From the top of the ladder, he foot stomped Owens on the way down. And that looked all right. And his finisher's the foot stomp, whatever. But I still really want to like Finn Balor. He got the title. I can't say I was super impressed with the match, but let me explain. I still really want to like Finn Balor, but he didn't give me anything off that one match. The only Finn Balor match I've ever seen was NXT Takeover. He hasn't given me anything to like him for yet. As far as his match work, I want to like him. He seems like a good height where he can still pick people up, throw people around a little bit. Average size guys at least throw people around a little bit. Be a strong guy to an extent. He's also looks like he could be more of a high flyer type because he's small enough. I don't know. He's like the perfect height for all that stuff. So I want to like Finn Balor. I look forward to seeing more of his matches in the future. Maybe someone with more his own size. But to me, Kevin Owens had a match with a dude who was just fighting back. Like almost anybody could have done what Finn Balor did in that match because he fought back occasionally and then he won at the end, and that was it. Other than that, that was a Kevin Owens match that I felt like I was watching. So that's it. If you like Finn Balor, need to give me a reason to like Finn Balor. Give me a match to go watch or something on the network, and I will do that. Anyways, now here's the Roman Reigns section. I've been talking for over 40 minutes about wrestling, and it's been a while, so I got to get some of this stuff off my chest. If you were just interested in the reviews, if you don't give a shit about Roman Reigns, you can click off now. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Roman Reigns and what happened on Monday Night Raw. So they beat the Wyatt family, right? Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns beat the Wyatt family. Then on Monday Night Raw, they have a rematch. And then all of a sudden in the rematch, when it looks like Reigns and Ambrose are going to win, fucking big dude comes out of nowhere. And oh my God, I'm glad I didn't record this a couple hours ago when I watched it. I was on the verge of actually losing my shit. I was physically like angry at what happened. Big dude comes out, throws Roman aside. Roman Reigns is nothing to this big guy. Pissed me off so much. Throws Dean Ambrose aside. No, nobody's business, whatever. And then this big dude's now a part of fucking Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. And I don't fucking know. I don't know why the crowd boos Roman, right? And I've been down this road before, and I'm sure you people can tell me why you boo Roman or why some people boo Roman. I think it's the people who think they're in on the game. I don't know. We don't want Roman Reigns forced down our throat. Okay, well, he's not anymore. He's in a fucking tag match with Ambrose against the Wyatts, who nobody has given a shit about in like a year. So he's not being forced down your throat. He's doing mid-card tag team shit. What more do you want? Well, we didn't like that Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble over Daniel Bryan. Well, the reason Daniel Bryan can't win the Royal Rumble is because he's going to break his fucking neck again and have to leave. What would have happened if Daniel Bryan would have won the Royal Rumble? He would have gone on to be champion, then he would have been out with an injury again for the second time in a row. For the second time in a row that he would have came through and done that. That's absolutely stupid, and there's a good reason that Daniel Bryan didn't go on to win the Rumble, and it's exactly what's happening now. Daniel Bryan is out again with another injury. Well, we think Roman Reigns isn't ready yet. We don't like him being forced down our throats like that. Oh, that's weird because a year ago, not this last Royal Rumble, but the one before, everyone wanted Roman to win that one. So when he had a year less experience, everyone was all gung-ho for Roman. Then when he gets a year more to mature, he goes out with an injury for a little bit, comes back, nobody fucking likes him anymore. All right, that makes sense. I think there's a very loud minority that dislikes Roman Reigns. And it just comes through depending on their location. Like Brooklyn doesn't fucking like Roman. There are other places where they'll cheer Roman to death, and I love that. But I don't know. I don't know why people don't like Roman. Let me explain to you guys what my infatuation, what my hard-on, some will say, is for Roman Reigns real quick. I am a guy who, like, some people will like an underdog. Some people like a beaming, like heavyweight champion. Some people like an underdog. Some people like it goes on and on. What I like is I like to see Some people like the old vets. Some people are a big fan of the old vets. What I like to see is potential in new guys, right? That's what I root for. If you pay attention to the NFL, a couple of years ago, Cam Newton. I'm still on Cam Newton. I still think Cam Newton could be one of the best quarterbacks ever if he could get it together, but these last couple of years had me thinking kind of shaky about him. Cam Newton came in. He's like 6'6", something like that, something ridiculous. Huge, 265, 285, something like that. Can throw, has the hell of an arm, can throw super deep. I want Cam Newton to be great because you can see he's not there yet, but you can see he has so much potential in a big dude for a quarterback. That's football, right? If you're a League of Legends fan, here's one for you. This is just for the fucking minority that'll be listening to a wrestling video. If you're a League of Legends fan, Zhao Wei Zhao. Fucking love Zhao Wei Zhao. Why? Because the first time I ever saw Zhao Wei Zhao, he beat ex-Peke in mid lane in a battle that they had. It was fucking amazing. No, Roman Reigns comes in. Fucking new guy. Shield, brawn, brains. His mic skills have amped up tenfold since he first showed up in the WWE. His mic skills have gone off the charts. He's got a whole list of new moves since he showed up in the WWE. He's done nothing but improve. With the exception of his injury, he's done nothing but improve since he showed up in the WWE. People liked him before when he couldn't talk as well and when he didn't have, like, more than 5 moves to do, and then now that he's fully developed and he's fucking ready to go, and he could be if people would just cheer him, if people would just let him be the guy, he would be the fucking guy. He's huge. He spears. He punches. He kicks. He can throw people around. He jumps off the top. I don't know. He's got the look. He can talk now. Like I said, he's got the moves. He can be in entertaining matches. We've seen that before when they get him away from the tag matches and from fucking jobbing Big Show again and putting over fucking, like, doing shit for Bray Wyatt that nobody gives a shit about. And then here we are on Monday Night Raw, and there's some big dude that comes out and he throws Roman Reigns aside like it's nothing. And what you're doing when you do that is you were throwing Roman Reigns down the drain. Everything you built up, everything making him the brawn of the Shield, making everybody love him, and now everybody hate him, you're throwing that away. I would 100% have rather seen a heel turn where Reigns starts beating the shit out of Dean Ambrose than I would have liked to see a big dude come in and throw Roman Reigns aside and make Roman Reigns look like he's nothing. You're not making the big guy look as scary as you think you are. You're making Roman Reigns look like shit because Roman Reigns, unlike John Cena, actually has something to lose when somebody tosses him aside like that. And that made me so mad. Made me so mad when I saw that. As a Roman Reigns guy, and the only way this scenario ends with me not being entirely sad about how they're wasting Roman Reigns now is if maybe the big guy shows up, does something to this is just what I'm predicting. Maybe the big guy shows up, does something to Dean Ambrose, injures him for a little bit, and that pisses off Reigns enough where Reigns actually fights the big guy and wins. That's the only way I see this. But I look back to the old videos all the time when Reigns had the hype behind him, when he had potential, and he still has shitload of potential. It's only been a year, but when Reigns had all the hype behind him, everybody liked him, everybody wanted him to win. He was coming in, he was having handicap matches against Kane and Randy Orton and winning. He was having handicap matches against Seth Rollins as the champion and Kane and winning. He was coming in and he was doing all this crazy shit. He was making Rusev look bad. When Rusev hadn't lost yet, he was making Rusev look like shit. Because Roman Reigns was that scary. He was beating John Cena. They never went one-on-one, but in Money in the Bank matches and tag matches, they would face up against each other and Reigns would win, and I fucking love that. And it was phenomenal, and it was such a step in the right direction, and then he got injured for a bit, and then they put him with boring Big Show, and then the fucking Rumble happened, and people booed because that's not Daniel Bryan, and then now we're here, and it upsets me so much because there's so much potential there, but because the people are booing him for whatever fucking reason, he can't be great, and that's so disappointing to me because he's there and he's ready, but he can't be great because the people are booing him. So no, I 100% would have rather seen some kind of not a heel turn where he ends up on the fucking Wyatts because that would be dumb. But if the people want to boo him at this point, when you're looking at that much fucking potential, let the people boo him. Let the people boo him. Let him turn. Let him shit on Dean Ambrose or whatever. Let him come out, like, not make Dean Ambrose look bad because I still really like Dean Ambrose, but let him come out and let him come out and talk on the mic because he can do that now. Be a bad guy, what the fuck ever. Let him come out and shit on good guys and have bouts with fucking. Let him take the U.S. title off Cena if Cena gets that shit back or something. Not the U.S. title. He's better than the U.S. title. But let him go on and then just stomp some good guys for a little bit. I don't know. The thing is that there's not really, ever since Cena kind of left it, there's not a whole lot of good guys at the top. Like I said, Orton's boring. Daniel Bryan's not around. Fucking Dean Ambrose is being paired with Roman Reigns right now, and they're both supposed. Yeah, so I don't know. That's how I feel. That's how I feel on the whole thing. Unless Roman Reigns shows up and fucking shit stomps this big guy, which I don't think will happen. Here's the other thing that pisses me off. When he came back from his injury, they're making him have close matches with the Big Show. Old Roman, no fucking way. He needs to come in and he needs to steamroll. More handicap matches that he just shits on people, but the crowd's going to boo that, and I don't know why. If you can fill me in, let me know. That's going to wrap it up for the SummerSlam review. Overall, I give SummerSlam 2 pretty big thumbs up. There was some things that could have been better, but very unpredictable. I like that. Good matches for the most part. I like that, and it reminded me of why I like wrestling. I'm just pissed off about the Roman Reigns thing right now. But yeah, it's going to wrap it up for me before I hit the fucking hour mark. I'm 10 minutes off that. It's going to wrap it up for me. Thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed the review video. I'm Thundershot. I'm out. Peace. Feel free to leave a comment on anything I've mentioned or what you thought of SummerSlam and TakeOver and everything and all that stuff. And I will see you guys next month after whatever the hell pay-per-view's next. Later.